Hello, PW Church YouTube. My name is Stephanie Chase, and welcome back to the All Elite Wrap Up, bringing you all the biggest news from AEW. I am back from California. I was at Revolution in San Francisco, and then I was at Dynamite in Sacramento. But now I am back home, and there is plenty of news ahead of this week's Dynamite, which is hailing from Winnipeg. First up, now, Tony Khan has been teasing that there's going to be some big exciting announcements regarding AEW coming soon. Well, is one of them a new AEW TV show? Now, Khan has previously talked about more demand for AEW programming, and they do have a very full roster. But now a report has come out from Matt Men's Andrew Zarian saying that AEW and Warner Brothers Discovery are closing in on a deal to add a third AEW show to the schedule. And this would be an hour long, similar to Rampage. Now, there's no word on when the new show will be officially announced, but news is expected to come within the next month. Zarian also recently tweeted a hint that has led people to believe that it will be on Saturdays at 8:05 p.m., which was the time slot of WCW Saturday Night on TBS. So if this all happens, it means we're going to have Dynamite on Wednesday nights, Rampage on Friday nights, and then this new show on Saturday nights, plus the AEW All Access reality show that's coming on Wednesday nights, and those Battle of the Belt specials that come up every so often. And of course, Tony Khan is also producing the Ring of Honor TV show on the Honor Club streaming service. So yeah, that's a lot. Does AEW need an extra hour of TV? Well, the roster is huge, so you could say yes, maybe it does, but I think it really depends on what Tony decides to do with this extra hour, because I think a lot of people find that Rampage has very much become a skippable show. If you want to keep up with AEW, you really do only have to watch Dynamite week to week. So who knows what form this new show will take place, if it's on Saturdays, if it's going to be something that will feature the biggest and best, most high-profile feuds in AEW, or if it's something that we can all really skip and it's just a lot of good matches if you want to add to your wrestling watching this week. But very interesting news coming out of AEW. Very interesting that Warner Brothers are interested in giving them an hour of TV, especially as we talk about TV rights, negotiations, and AEW's overall relationship with Warner Brothers Discovery. Now, at Revolution, AEW announced that Double or Nothing would be once again taking place from Las Vegas. It will be on May 28th from the T-Mobile Arena. And AEW Dynamite will be live that Wednesday from the MGM Grand Garden Arena, and that is May 24th. However, they had initially announced that it would be like normal pay-per-view weeks where we get the Rampage live on the Friday as well, but now AEW has amended that to say that Rampage will be taped after AEW Dynamite on the Wednesday. In a press release, AEW announced, due to network scheduling, the AEW Rampage show leading to Double or Nothing will now air on Saturday, May 27th at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, or after the NBA conference on TNT. With this new timing and subsequent production requirements, AEW Rampage will now take place immediately following AEW Dynamite from the MGM Grand Garden Arena on Wednesday, May 24th. That is pretty interesting. The same thing did happen last year. For me, someone who has gone to a lot of pre-pay-per-view standalone Rampages and is literally just back from one, I actually think this is a lot better, because sometimes these standalone Rampages can be very lackluster. I do think we saw that before Revolution, when not a lot happened on that show that actually led to the pay-per-view. So I think a better way to do things is probably just to combine it with Dynamite, since it's just an hour-long show. It's also notable that Dave Meltzer reported that Rampage for this coming week will air at about 11:30 p.m. after the late-night NCAA tournament game, and the next Friday show has been moved to Saturday night at 10 p.m. due to TNT airing US versus Grenada soccer match. Now, AEW's house show House Rules is coming up this weekend on Saturday, March 18th, and AEW has announced the first match for the show. It will see the Blackpool Combat Club's Jon Moxley and Claudio Castagnoli teaming up against Lee Moriarty and Big Bill. This show is coming from Ohio, which is of course the home state of Jon Moxley. He was all over the initial advertising, no surprise there, which caused him to have to pull out of an OTT show over on this side of the world because he was booked for this AEW house show. But with the main event being a tag match, I think we can kind of get a bit of an idea of what these house shows are going to be like. No big singles match. We have Jon Moxley there main eventing, but in a tag match with Claudio and against Big Bill and Lee Moriarty, who, no offense, aren't really two of the biggest stars in AEW, but we'll see how that goes. AEW's first House Rules house show coming up this weekend. Now, speaking of Rampage, some quite good ratings news. Friday night's episode of Rampage averaged 447,000 viewers on TNT. That is up 13.5% for the previous week, and it is the largest audience total for the show since January 27th. Now, in the all-important 18 to 49 demo, it finished 19th on cable charts with a 0.15 rating, and that is up 50% from the previous week and ties Rampage's best rating since December 23rd. The show was up in most demos except for people over 50, which was down 4.8%, and the biggest increase was with young men between 12 and 34, which was up 160%. In some AEW Dynamite adjacent news, it has been confirmed that Dana White's Power Slap will not be airing on TBS for its second season. So it had been airing after Dynamite. Now instead we are getting the AEW reality show All Access, but season 2 of Power Slap, it's off the network, and Dana White says that it is now going to air on Rumble moving forward. Maybe a sigh of relief for us Dynamite viewers that have happened to catch any of Power Slap over the past couple of weeks. Now let's look at what has been announced for this week's Dynamite, which is AEW's debut in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. We are going to have Saraya, Tony Storm, and Ruby Soho speaking. We're going to have QTV with QT Marshall and the new TNT champion Powerhouse Hobbs. So maybe we will find out why on earth QT Marshall was the one who assisted Hobbs against Wardlow last week. And then the TBS championship will be on the line. Jade Cargill has issued an open challenge. She said that she's beaten everyone. So now she's going to find someone in Canada to beat. Now, who could challenge Jade Cargill? The number one name that people seem to be saying is Taya Valkyrie. However, she has stated that she's going to be at home during Dynamite. She told Bill Pritchard of WrestleZone, "I will be in Los Angeles, California. I will be here in my house with my dogs. John Morrison will be back from Australia. So yeah, I'll be here." Though Taya is rumored to be heading to either AEW or WWE very soon. We're also going to see Hangman Page, Stu Grayson, and Evil Uno take on Jon Moxley, Claudio Castagnoli, and Wheeler Yuta. We have the newly named AEW International Championship. Yes, the former All Atlantic Championship got a new name. Now Orange Cassidy won this belt in Canada, and he will defend it again in Canada, this time against Jeff Jarrett. And then we have MJF's re-bar mitzvah. I don't know what this is going to be, but if it is anything like the photos that MJF has shown of his actual bar mitzvah, Maximania, on Twitter, I think this is going to be really, really fun. And finally, yes, we're in Winnipeg, and two of AEW's biggest wrestlers and two of perhaps the greatest wrestlers of all time are coincidentally from Winnipeg, Chris Jericho and Kenny Omega. So what we're getting is them in a match together with 7 other men. Yes, for the AEW World Trios Championship, the champions, the House of Black, Malachi Black, Brody King, and Buddy Matthews, will take on the JAS's Chris Jericho, Sammy Guevara, and Daniel Garcia, and the Elite, Kenny Omega, and the Young Bucks. That match promises to be absolutely wild. So that's all from me. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to the PW Torches YouTube channel. Also check out Wade Keller's YouTube channel as well. And join Zach and Tyler every day for their live shows talking about AEW and WWE. They'll have one previewing Dynamite on Wednesday, as well as their fireside chat on Thursday. But until next time, bye!